If you're looking for new construction that is close to everything, and I'm talking about everything, restaurants, shopping, the highway, Amtrak, Metrolink, 20 minutes to the beach, it is the ideal location, well then we have the place for you. Because the Palmera community has just started selling and is open for you. Not only is the builder giving incentives of $10,000 to $15,000 to people who purchase, they are also giving another incentive if you are a first responder, $2,500, and that is per buyer. That means if you and your significant other or other person who is looking to purchase this home are first responders, you can get another $5,000 on top of that. Bart and I are giving $5,000 incentive to people who contact us before they register with the builder. That means overall you can get up to $25,000 of incentives. But that can only happen if you contact Bart and myself before you register. It could be the easiest $5,000 you've ever made. The HOA fees are less than $400 a month and there's no Mellaroo, so you don't have to worry about that. What does it include, you may ask? Well, in order to say luxury living, you have to give luxury amenities, like 2 clubhouses, 2 pools, 1 lap and 1 regular pool, a fitness center, an outdoor barbecue area, green space, a dog park, and also it includes fire insurance. The exterior, not the interior. Interior at the time of this filming was around $800 a year. That's not that bad. And all of this, yes, all of this, you're gonna be looking at an estimated 1.1% tax. If you don't wanna clean your house and you wanna have people over, this is the perfect area. Or just get out of the house to do a little work. Think of like Starbucks, but you bring your own coffee. I think I would be working in here all the time. It's just so nice, and you have your own little workstations. Or you can sit here and visit with your friends and then go jump in the pool. Well, don't jump because this one is the lap pool, so it's not as deep as the one that's gonna be on the other side. Palmera is gonna have 285 townhomes. There are 4 models ranging from 2 bedrooms up to 3 bedrooms, 1,600 square feet up to almost 2,000 square feet, and starting in the low 700,000s. Currently, you can actually get a 2-bedroom here for just shy of $700,000. Out of those 4 models, each of those has 2 different designs. You have the ground level entry, which is what the model home shows. There are fewer of those than there are of the split level. Let me tell you about the split level. The split level, you're gonna have some stairs going up to the front door. When you get there, you're going to have the patio. The patio wall is actually going to be a little shorter than the one that they show you in the model homes. When you open up that door into the split level, you're going to have 5 to 6 stairs going down to the flex space, then 5 to 6 stairs going up to the main living area, the kitchen, the living room, the dining room area. While this kind of design isn't really well known in Ventura County, it is one that we came across quite a few times over in Colorado. One of the things that we would notice is people would open up the door, they'd see the stairs right away, right in front of them, and they just shut the door and say no. So keep that in mind when you are purchasing a home. Is the first thing that comes into your head also a no, or it's like, oh, that's great, I can actually make this space a little welcoming and I don't have to go up as many stairs. The other major difference between the ground level and the split level is that the flex space window is about half the size. So it's almost like you're in a basement with that window just peeking up over ground level. Might not like that as much as that bright and open feeling of the model homes. Currently, right now at filming, they are only selling the split level homes. Those are the brown colored ones in this map. The gray colored ones are actually going to be the ground level entry. There are also ADA compliant models. You will want to get on the waiting list now for those ground level entry ones, because even though they're not coming on the market for a little bit, there is a waiting list that is happening. In order to get on that waiting list, we highly recommend having us register you for that $5,000 extra incentive. Then you also need to get pre-approved with their lender, and after that you can get put on the waiting list. Once each phase opens, it's about 6 to 9 months until those units are built. So currently you're looking at almost a year and a half until a ground entry level is available. This time we're gonna do things a little different. I'm actually just gonna hit on the highlights of the models and do a little comparing and contrasting. If you really wanna do a full walkthrough of each model, we're doing a separate video of each one. So you're gonna wanna take a look down below and see those links. And we have almost all of the new construction going on in Ventura County. We do a lot of comparing and contrasting too. It might be a really good idea to hit this playlist. Let's go explore. You're gonna wanna stay to the end because we talk about what it's like to live in this neighborhood. Not just the community, but the whole neighborhood. What kind of lifestyle are you going to be living here? I had mentioned in our prior video where they introduced us to this community before it had even had the models opened, that the stairway seems pretty steep. And actually, the rise and run is to code and the same as any staircase. However, the stairs are an inch and a half shorter than the standard stair. You're looking at 10.5 step instead of like a 12-inch, which makes it feel a little bit steeper. When we were over in Wagon Wheel, I opened up the fridge and I shut it and you could kind of hear it vibrate. So I made sure to ask Williams about their insulation between the walls. There are 2 separate walls, so each townhome has its own wall. And in between there, they have 2x4s and insulation. So you're not gonna hear this on the other side. But I'm not gonna guarantee that if somebody is running up and down the stairs yelling that you're not gonna hear it on the other side. But I can tell you that living in a single family home, I definitely hear people yelling and running around too. So it's not one of those things that is limited to a townhome. In the Model A, you actually get to see what comes standard, except for the flooring and the pendulum lighting. Those are the 2 upgrades I've noticed in this model. The Model A's kitchen does not have that many cabinets, and so it's for somebody who doesn't really cook a lot or somebody who uses a lot of fresh ingredients so they don't have to store a lot. The good news is they do have a pantry in all of these models. The Model C and the Model A do have a little closet, whereas the Model B has a little bit of a larger pantry area, but it's still not as big as the ones that are in Wagon Wheel or Del Sol. Model B has the wow factor for me. Whenever I walk up into this unit, I just go, wow. I mean, that can be pretty self-explanatory, right? And the reason is that I feel like this setup is my favorite. There are tons of cabinets and the pantry feels like it's part of the kitchen. You can be sitting here working, making your brownies or your chicken parmesan and be able to talk to your friends or family. And if you want to, you can watch the television while you're baking. I also like how it feels a little bit separated. Even though it's open, you have designated areas that feel large enough to be on their own. Some of the upgrades that they highly recommend that you get if you're buying one of these homes is the under-mounted lighting. Also, the pendulum lights that kind of make it feel like sunshine is coming into the room. And the flooring. We don't have pictures of what the standard flooring is because every new builder puts in their higher end flooring. That way it doesn't get ruined with all of the traffic from so many people coming and taking a look at it. Some of our clients absolutely hate having the sink in the island, and Model C shows the option of just having the island be what it is, an island where you can sit, eat, and visit. Let's do the fridge test. Yeah. You're not hearing this bang against the wall like I did in the other developments. The kitchen and living room have large windows letting in tons of light. Some of the units are going to be located close to a busy street, so I wanted you to hear the difference. Here's with the windows closed. I'm standing right next to the windows and I can barely hear anything. And with the windows open. Because in Camarillo, you're not gonna have to use your AC that often. You just open up the window and let the breeze come in and cool you down. So you'll want these windows open. It's almost like a white noise. That is if you're not listening to the construction, which will be continuing throughout 2028. That is something to keep in mind. I actually like the carpet more on the stairway because it has a nice cushion to it and it feels a little bit quieter. So if somebody's running up and down the stairway, you're not going to be woken up. The Model B versus the Model C, when you're coming up the staircase to the 3rd floor where the bedrooms are, I like how there's actually a cabinet right in front of you instead of a wall. It feels a little bit more open. All of the townhomes have the laundry on the top floor, which makes it a little bit easier when you're doing laundry to just put it away. The Model C and Model B, and I believe also the D, all have hallways, whereas the Model A has more of an open feel. All the ceilings are 9 feet. One thing I absolutely love is that the doors are standard. That means you're not having to get a custom 9-foot door with 10-foot ceilings. Instead, if you don't like the doors that are put in here, or for whatever reason one gets damaged, it's gonna be easy to replace. We are currently unable to see the Model D, so right now I'm just comparing the Model B and the Model C to each other because they have the same outlay. In the Model C, you are going to have one room that is a lot smaller than the other room, as compared to the Model B, where both of the rooms are the same size. The interesting thing is that actually the Model C is larger than the Model B. Model A may be the smallest unit, however, they have the most spacious bedrooms. The primary bedroom is about 14.5 by 13 feet, and the guest bedroom has its own ensuite, so you're not giving up that privacy when you have a Model A. In the primary bedroom, it does come with the ceiling fan hookup. That means that you can put another light there also, and it's easy to turn off and on with the switch. However, in all the bedrooms and all the units that are not the primary bedroom, you're going to have that as an upgrade. While there are tons of things I absolutely love about these homes, one of the things that I know kind of doesn't sit as well with people is that, like many builders, they are not having a door that separates the bathroom from the primary bedroom. You have an ensuite, but that's a lot of sharing going on. The nice thing is at least the loo has a door. In all of the ensuite bathrooms, it is a little tight in here. You have enough room for somebody to walk behind you, but if you're washing your face and bent over, it might be a little tight. I do not impress easily, and we all know that, right? If you've watched any of our videos, I have a critical eye. When I first came through here, I let them know that the sliding glass door was a little wanky. It wasn't sitting right in the shower stall. I'm back here 2 days later, and it's perfect. It slides nice, it doesn't wobble at all. Good job. It has become standard that in all guest bathrooms that are not updated, you are going to get that fiberglass wainscot. It's great because you don't have to regrout it. However, they only last 10 to 15 years and you'll have to replace it. It gets very yellowy. I think it might be worth an upgrade, but it's your home, you get to decide. The Model A bathroom is even tighter than the Model B or Model C units. And the countertop is a composite. It's going to hold stains a little bit more and it doesn't feel high-end. This is one of the areas that I think you might actually want to update. However, the standard tile in the primary bathroom is not that bad. They're larger ceramic tiles. So if you're having to choose between updating either the countertops or the wainscot, I would highly recommend doing the countertop. If you like this type of video, make sure you hit that like button. Shoot us over a comment, let us know. Don't forget that Bart and Keziah give an incentive on top of the builder incentive. It costs you no money. Give us a call, let us register you before you come over here. The patios are on a smaller side and you can stand up and wave to your neighbor, but when you're sitting inside it, it feels kind of like your own little backyard, and it is large enough to have a sitting area and a little barbecue. You are located close to busy streets, but another thing is you are located underneath the flight path of both the airplanes and the helicopters. That insulation that they've done really comes in handy with that. Another exceptional thing about the Palmera community, it is fully electric. There is no gas. You're gonna have an electric water heater, and that means that the solar, whether you lease or purchase it, it's going to be able to give you exceptional savings. Every unit that comes in from your solar panels is yours and yours to use. The nice thing though is you are still connected to the grid, so if you've used all of those power units, you can actually hop on and use the city grid. The prices given do not include solar, so add another around $30,000 for own solar or a lease payment. Your HOA does cover fire insurance. They were really thoughtful about the way they built these homes. Everything is either stucco or faux rock. The roof is also clay tiles. Each townhome comes with their own 2-car built-in garage. There is not a driveway, so if you're in need of a driveway, this might not be the community for you. One of the things I do like about this community is there is actually room to be able to back out your car and feel like you're not going to be hitting the next townhome. I have that concern sometimes. If you do choose to move in phase 1, then move-in date is in May. But you are going to be having construction going on until 2028. So if you absolutely hate the noise of construction, you might want to wait a few more years. The problem with that is, whenever there's new construction, the first phases are the cheapest. They want everybody to come in. They're just like, come on in. We're gonna give you low prices and get these sold so people know how amazing this place is, and then it's word of mouth. And then prices go up. Right on the corner, you're gonna have a multi-use complex. On the main floor, you're going to have businesses such as restaurants and shopping, and above that, you're gonna have apartments. Just think about it, kind of like New York in a way. You just go down to the corner and maybe you'll be able to buy some lox and bagels. I don't know what kind of shops are gonna be there. They don't know yet either because it hasn't been built yet. I had said that the sidewalks were 4 feet, but as you can tell, they're 14 feet. And the landscaping is absolutely beautiful. And these trees are going to grow so big that you're gonna have a canopy over the sidewalk. While Camarillo rarely has really hot days, you're not gonna have to worry about it here while you're walking up the street. No, no, no. And they've already put trees and plants in the median. Just so many thoughtful touches. It is going to make this whole place so welcoming. If you don't know for sure that you are interested in purchasing one of these homes, it is okay. We are no pressure types of people. We can meet you over here just in case you decide to move forward. I want you to miss out on that $5,000, and that will happen if you don't contact us first. We're pretty flexible. Either one of us will be able to meet you. Some of the homes are located close to the Sanitary pumping station, but Williams has got you taken care of even there. They put the exhaust fan shooting out over to the street, and they put something on it that makes it so it doesn't smell. I'm standing right next to it, and it smells just like everywhere else, nice and clean. And from what I've been told, and I think experienced, because of the insulation and the quality of build that Williams has done, you're not going to be hearing this noise all the time inside the house. You might hear it, however, when you're sitting out on your patio. If you live in this community, please let us know if you have any issues with the sound, or if it's just really nice and quiet and you enjoy living here. Also, if you're living in phase 2, maybe phase 3, you might also have the noise from the street and the commercial and apartment areas. However, the apartments have their own underground parking and the commercial area has their own parking, so you're not going to be fighting for parking with everyone else. If you feel like walking outside of the Palmera community, you're going to have more tree-lined streets where you're going to see people biking, walking their dogs, and just enjoying the Camarillo Mediterranean weather. If you're looking for something a little bigger than the fitness center over at Palmera, guess what? You're also close to the YMCA. They have their own swimming pool, basketball court, fields, tons of walking area, tons of fun things to do. And right on the other side, you have the Parks and Rec area too, where you're able to go and get together with other people and play some sports. This is a happening spot. If you are looking to be a part of a community, you couldn't find a better one. One of our clients said that they never realized how many people like softball until they moved to Camarillo. So if you like softball, this might be the place for you. Or if you would rather go to the beach, it is such a beautiful drive down over to the beach and only around 20 minutes. There is a correction I want to make from our prior pros and cons of the Palmera community, and that is that there is a sidewalk that goes over the bridge, so you can walk from the community over to the Amtrak and to Oldtown. All you have to do is come up the street on Lewis side and follow it up over the bridge. The sidewalk is a little bit smaller and there are some fast moving cars, but if you're comfortable with that, then you have a way. If you haven't been been to Old Town yet, then you are missing an experience. This is one of my favorite places to go. Not only do they have shopping that is locally owned stores, but they have amazing restaurants, an art center, farmers market, and outside concerts on Fridays and Saturdays over at the American Pie. Whenever we bring any of our clients over here, they can't help but fall in love. It is part of the charm of Camarillo, and you are this close to it. When we talk about living somewhere, we're talking about the whole kit and caboodle. This is a prime location. If you're thinking you're not really into townhomes, however, there are single family homes over here too. So give us a call and we'll be able to introduce you to your perfect house. So who's not gonna love living here? Well, people who don't love living in townhomes, people who don't love stairs, people who want a big backyard. But if you're the type of person who is looking for something that's a little more New Yorkish, tight-knit community, fun activities, close to everything, then this is the development for you. And I know I keep saying you because it's all about you and finding your perfect home, perfect community, perfect neighborhood, perfect city, perfect everything. Give us a call, you know that's what we love to do.